Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Michael's Corner. Tonight, I will be interviewing Brian Blade. Now, I was supposed to interview the Wild Man Beast tonight. Unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties and whatnot, so we will decide to do an interview on Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. We're gonna do a test run to making sure everything runs smoothly, and then afterwards, we'll we'll start the interview process from there. But I would like to bring in a guest. Um, I'm just gonna wait for Brian Blade to come on so that we can start this interview because because he has some upcoming shows coming up. So so let's see if I can get Brian Blade on my show or not. So there we go.
There we go.
How's it going?
It's going good. Good. How are you?
Good. So thank you for coming on last minute. Wild Man Beast. We were having problems, getting him to join my live stream and whatnot. Um, so we have to reschedule for Tuesday. So, so you
That's
know
right.
how technology is.
Gives me a chance to come on a little earlier than expected. So that'll work out good.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out good and whatnot. So I didn't get upset. I didn't get clustered. So because I'm a professional. So yeah,
Just gotta do what you can do and move on. Move to the next one.
exactly. So what have you been up to since our last interview, my friend?
Well, the MWA's got a ton of shows coming up, and well, my advisor manager Dave Sullivan, he kind of turned on me and cost me the MWA championship, and so we're gonna have a that's going to cause a few problems here over the next few months for him and I. But
Hmm.
hopefully that's going to resolve my way soon. But that
Hmm.
that was definitely not expected. Did not see that one coming whatsoever. Him going with Van Johnson and Levi McDaniel. I didn't definitely not expected, but it has it's helped motivate me though. That something I needed. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe it's a little kick in the butt that I needed to just you know push myself that extra mile that maybe I haven't been pushing myself that extra mile lately.
yeah. And let me tell you, that Van Johnson is really something. Um, cost you, yeah, cost you to lose your title, and wow, wow. I guess we're gonna have something to talk about when I do invite Van Johnson on my show. We're gonna have a lot to talk
That's
about.
something you can still talk at that point. We'll find out.
Yeah,
He's got a little payback coming. So does Dave, and so does Levi. So
okay.
if
So,
Van can still talk, I'm sure he'll come on and run his mile.
oh boy, if he does run his mouth, because that when I do these virtual interviews, that I will temporarily set my Instagram page to public. So everybody can leave a comments and whatnot. So if he runs his mouth, I'll bring you back on, and you two can sell it out on Michael's Corner.
It's going to take a lot more than talking about it to settle it out,
Yeah,
but I definitely come on and try to set him straight.
and you can set him straight. Just think about what I did 2 weeks ago in Chippewa Falls after the All Out Pro Wrestling show. I interviewed both Matthias and Bullet Bronson.
Sure, that went great, huh?
Yeah. Matthias retained his APW title, but that little Bullet Bronson did not take off his mask. And if you watch the interview, I went all heel on him. All heel.
That's good.
Because, yeah, I did it your way. I did it your way, and if, because shit was about to go down if he did it on mask. Anyways, let's talk about the upcoming events that you have.
Yeah, the MWA is the ones that I'm doing with the MWA. We got March 3rd coming up in Lincoln, and Van Johnson may not even have that title very long. He's got to wrestle Sean Hot Stuff Fernandez for the championship, so that may not even last very long.
Oh my God!
So I don't know how he's going to get past Sean. I have no idea, but if he does, he'll have more title defenses because in March 4th and March 5th we got 2 shows in Dorchester, Nebraska, back-to-back days. So, if he can hold on to the title Friday night, I'm pretty sure he'll have to have title defenses on Saturday and Sunday also. And I don't know if he can hold on. I don't know if he can handle that pressure. I'm not sure that's in him.
I hope he's not watching, but oh my God.
He knows what I think he knows what he's in for. He's felt Sean's power before, so he knows what it's like to get knocked down by Sean a few times. So we'll see. It might be me having to go back after that title against Sean. I don't know, which would be great.
Wow.
Sean's a great competitor, and we've been in the ring before. So I would welcome the challenge as much as I would rather shut up Van Johnson. But Van Johnson is hiding behind a clause in the contract we had also that says that I can't get a rematch against him right now. So we'll see how that plays out over time also.
Yeah. Is MWA planning on being in two Harbors, Minnesota?
Yeah, we will be up
this
there
summer?
The 11th and the 12th. We will be up there once again on that Friday and Saturday up there at the fair. So it'd be a great time. Maybe you can get up there this time, but the fans up there are great.
Yeah.
It was a great time up there.
Yeah, that's the plan. If I, with transportation and whatnot, and hopefully I could get down there because, just like I made my debut at All Out Pro Wrestling in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Hopefully I could get down there because it's from where I live is a 2-hour drive.
Okay.
Right.
Not too bad. Not too bad then.
Oh no. So it's all about, who could take me, who could take me to and from. So yeah.
Yep, definitely understandable.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be all over like the MWA always is. We're gonna be, we got shows in March 24th in McCook, Nebraska, March 25th in Beatrice, Nebraska. Then I'll be in Kansas, Junction City, Kansas for TAPW on April 8th. April 15th, we're back in Arlington Heights, Illinois for our Chicago Adaptive Sports benefit show that we do. We do about twice a year right now.
Okay.
it's kind of a big deal. Chicago Adaptive Sports, helps people with with certain handicap issues to get wheelchairs, to get if they need prosthetics, help them get prosthetics, help them get things that they need so that they can be mobile. And it's a really good cause, and we've raised well over $3,000 for them so far in a couple shows. So we hope we can keep going with that. So that's gonna be a big deal.
That's a big deal because I love going to wrestling shows, especially when it comes to the benefit shows, because that'll make a big difference. The last time I ever went to a benefit show was Steel Domain. It was in 2012 where they did that benefit show for Gavin. I don't know if you've heard of that. That was a huge success. That was a huge success, my friend.
That's what they're meant to be.
Yeah. I got a chance to meet Molly Holly at the time, and she was really nice and whatnot. I got to sit front row and watch the wrestling action. So yeah.
We try to do a lot of little different benefits, and not everything's a huge money maker. A lot of times we do a 50-50 raffle. We donate that to some local cause if we can. It's not always a lot, but every little bit counts. So, we try to do as much as we can to benefit different communities, give people chances. Depending where the events are held, we try to get local organizations come, do the concessions and such, where they can make, money for, local football team, local church, local mission, church missions, things like that. High school wrestling team, whatever needs it. We try to help in a lot of these communities when we go there, and it's not always seen by everybody that we're doing something, but we always try to make sure we help some way, somehow, if it's possible, in whatever cause somebody thinks is important. And like I said, a lot of these shows, whether it's a 50-50 or, whether it's a concession stand, whether it's a benefit, just a straight benefit for something, we're always trying to find ways to help out. And because I'm blessed to be able to do what I do. I'm blessed that all the people support me, all the people that come out to watch myself and the MWA and everybody there. And if we can give back just a little bit, any little bit helps to anybody, and it makes a big difference to the people you're helping out. So I always try to make sure we're doing, something positive somewhere for people, because once we're not doing anything positive, then what's the point of keep doing this for?
Exactly. And plus, let's not forget, we're everything is starting to open back up since the pandemic. Everything is starting to open up, and I figure like by the summer things will kind of get back to what it was before the pandemic hit.
I think most people are, not everyone, but I think most people are kind of over it now. They just kind of it's run its course for a lot of people. They're everyone's kind of getting back. They're tired of sitting at home. People are tired of being scared. People are being tired of being told to be scared. People want to go out and have a good time, have fun, bring their families out. Wrestling, no matter what organization it is, whatever indie company is, whatever if it's WWE, AEW, Impact, whatever, people want to go out and be with their families and have a family-friendly product. And, I've always tried to pride myself on that we have a family-friendly product.
Yeah. And speaking of wrestlers, I am seeing that I'm a butcher her name. Judy
Azul.
Yeah, she has joined. She's one opportunity. So I've been meaning to get her on Michael's corner. So
Maybe I'll put a
so
good word in for you.
yeah, if you can put in a good word for me, because she was at the Still Domain show about, can I say, 3 months ago, and she faced I think Lena Solana for the number one contendership for the women's title and whatnot. And everybody was calling her Blue Chicken. so yeah, if you could put a good word
Well,
for me,
she's listening now, so I'm sure we've got a good word in right now that
Oh,
you want her to have
I
on
see
here.
that.
So
Now she's listening. Yeah, I would love to get her on Michael's corner because, she corrected me. It was Morena Gordy. Thank you. Yes.
see, so now you have your good word in.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I was giving, me, I just giving her a hard time,
That's right.
I enjoy
Get her on before
her.
she gets too busy. Before she's gonna go places. So you
Yeah, I definitely gotta get her on here before she gets too busy.
she stays busy. She's booked for all the MWA events, but she's going places. She's not going to be. I don't see her sitting around the Indies for a long time. I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah, and
definitely think
that's
she's going places, and I don't say that. Me. I don't throw that around a lot, and
yeah,
she
and that's
she's
the, and that's the reason why, like I said, preparedness meets opportunity. I want to get my interview with her before she hits the big time, because once they're gone, then I won't get that opportunity. So yeah,
I'm
so yeah.
I'm sure she'll come on sometime.
All right. Um. So yeah. Let me ask you this question because I want your input on this. Now, you know that sometimes, I'm not saying all, but she said much appreciated. Send me a message and we will set up something.
There you go.
Okay, I will do that, all right? So anyhow, yeah, I want your input on this. Now, I'm not saying all wrestling promotions do this, but I'm saying some. Um, there might be times where some wrestling promotions might book the same matches over and over again to the point where it gets kind of stale and whatnot. Um, do you think that wrestling? Do you think that we should be seeing some, different matches and whatnot, as to opposed to what we saw like maybe 2 or 3 years ago? I just
Well,
want
it just depends on the story you're telling. I mean, if the fans are getting bored and restless, then yeah, you definitely got to go in a different direction. But if you can pull off 3, 4, 5 matches and over 4, depending if if it's a weekly show, monthly show, whatever it is, if you can pull them off and they can be different and there's a reason for doing them, and the fans are still involved in what's going on and they still care and they're still emotionally involved in what the story is, and yeah, you can get away with that. But once you've lost the fans on that match, then it really doesn't matter. You kind of gotta move on one way or another. You got to end it, or
mm-hmm.
you gotta move on. You got to keep the fans happy with what they want to see, and once the fans get bored, they'll let you know.
Yeah. And also too, we have talked about this. We talked about this on Facebook, but we can mention this again. Not too long ago, maybe it was last month, you you posted something on Facebook that caught my attention, where this one wrestler wasn't, when he did the business for himself, he decides he's gonna do wherever the hell he wants to do, and decides to attack that wrestler, to the point where he couldn't defend himself. Then he wind up in the hospital. Can you tell me what was that about?
Well, it was basically a guy that thought he was bigger than the business, and thought he was, Mr. Tough Guy, and I guess he wanted to try to prove it with somebody that couldn't defend themselves in there. And it's one thing to believe in who you are and believe in your character, but it's a whole another thing when you go above and beyond. If your ego's so big that you don't understand that what we're doing is, we're not trying. You're not trying to go out there and hurt somebody. This is a business. You have to protect yourself to a certain extent, but you can't go protecting yourself to the detriment of another athlete, another wrestler, another promotion, another booker. When you go somewhere, you get in the ring with somebody, you're giving, there's trust in there that you're going to do business and you're going to do it right. And because, as we've seen, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And when it's purposely done wrong, you see what happens, and people like that shouldn't be allowed in the business.
Exactly. And, I want to put in my 2 cents. These wrestlers need to understand. Listen, you are there to do a job. Do what you will say. Keep your mouth shut. Go out there, perform, and then you come right in the back and get paid, and you leave. You don't just go out there and say, well, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. I don't care. I don't care about this person's well-being, blah, 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 blah. And those kind of people don't deserve to be in the business.
No, our job is to entertain the fans, emote reactions, bring out emotions, and at the end of the night, send people home with a smile on their face, that they saw something. Hey, that was fun. And for 2.5 hours, forget all the rest of the world's problems, forget their problems, and just have fun for 2.5 hours a night, and not have to worry, and not have to see BS like that went on, there with that guy. That is not a part of our business. That is not, should never happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Accidents happen. People get hurt. This is not ballet. People get hurt, but you're not supposed to get hurt in that manner, because somebody is careless and somebody doesn't care about you or your body, or so yeah, people like that need to be rooted out of the business. And you don't understand what this business is about when you're doing things like that.
Exactly. And I could say this as a fan too. I have seen, because I've been going to wrestling shows for pretty much 12 years now. And in fact, it'll be 12 years. Actually, it'll be 12 years Friday, because that's when I just started going to independent wrestling shows. I've seen somebody get knocked out conscious, knocked out cold. I have witnessed somebody getting a concussion one time. So I've seen it all. And I have saw some referee deciding he want to drink heavily before a show, and I'm not going to name which promotion it was, but that deserves to be nameless. Well, he decided he want to fucking drink at the last, way before the show, and some of my friends and I, we witnessed him drinking. And then during the match, he blew out. He blew several calls in that match, and I got video proof to prove to you that this referee was way off. And then the promoter decided he kicked him out. He didn't even pay him.
He deserved to get paid. It's very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. He ain't paying him. He just kicked him out because we don't need guys like that in the business. If this was Kurt Oderholt's show, and if he still was alive, let me tell you something, Brian. He would not pay. Kurt would not pay the wrestlers. He will fire them immediately. Uh-oh.
Nope.
Yep.
Every now and then the phone likes to fall down. As you should be. You know, that's completely unprofessional. You can't be, you're putting a lot of things in jeopardy that way. Plus, you're not just putting a match in jeopardy, you're putting the wrestlers in jeopardy, you're putting yourself in jeopardy, you're putting the promotion in jeopardy. So
yeah.
It's one of those things that, it's one thing if a person has a drink or two. It's another thing, like, especially, if you're just completely, Jeff Hardy, TNA wasted, and you're out there, you're gonna hurt you're gonna hurt somebody just because you can't take care of yourself or control yourself.
And like I said, you can't control yourself. If you can't control your liquor, don't freaking drink. It's just that simple,
Yeah, very true.
So, yeah, that's just the way it is. So what else has you been up to since our last interview? Because you said that you was wrestling, and then how's everything going around your household since this whole pandemic?
Yeah, everything's fine. Everyone's healthy. Nothing. I got COVID. I was fine. I'm stubborn when I'm sick, so I just keep working out. I don't know how to. I can't just. It drives me nuts just to sit and rest. Even I'm fever now. I just get up and start working out. Until I'm like, better not anymore. And so it's. But I've been, especially last month, I've been working out a lot. So I've been working out harder than I ever have, honestly, because, I've been doing this a long time, and if I'm going to stay in the shape I want to stay in, and I want to stay up with these guys, and I got to push, and I think I've been pushing, and a little bit of motivation from Van Johnson and Dave Sullivan. They're turning on me, and there's some other motivating factors out there, and they know who they are, and I know what they are, and I mean especially last 3-4 weeks, I've been pushing myself in the gym farther than I have in a long time, and that says a lot for me, because anybody that's ever worked out with me knows that it's not a simple day at the gym when you work out with me or you do things with me. I've been running farther, faster, harder than I ever have, biking farther, faster, harder than I ever have. So I want to see, I'm trying to see how far I can push myself. So once March hits, and through the summer and this and that, regain that title for one, but push myself in the ring even farther than I have before. And make sure I am in the best shape that I've ever been in before, and that's that's important to me right now.
Yeah, and like I said, I could deal with Van Johnson because I know Van Johnson for a long time, so I can deal with him, and I'm gonna have some choice words with him when I bring him back on Michael's Corner. I'll have some choice words because you're my good friend too, and when I hear stuff like them turning on you and like that, oh boy.
But, I mean, I can't deny that he's not on a roll right now. He became the MWA champion a few weeks before that. He became the SAW heavyweight champion. I mean, he's on a roll right now, and I can't, whether you like his tactics or not, and I don't. But right now, he's got something going. He's on a roll, and I mean, someday he's going to have to get back in the ring with me, and that roll is going to stop. But right now he's as confident as he's ever been, and now you got with Levi and Dave Sullivan by his side in his corner, and a couple other people in his corner. He's as dangerous and he's as confident as he's ever been, and I'm definitely gonna have to tune into that interview just to maybe. I mean, I still might have to set him straight, but
Yeah.
He's got a lot of title defenses coming up, I'm sure. So between especially at the MWA, and I'm sure with Saw, there's great competitors out there, and he's got his work cut out for him, and we'll see if he's in the kind of shape that he can night in, night out defend championships.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm trying to be funny. I bet Van Johnson and those other dudes were holding hands too, while they help turn on you and doing this. It's like if Van Johnson want to be a champion, he should leave those guys in the back and face you like a man.
Well, that would be great. I just don't ever foresee that completely happening. I'm gonna have to get him. I had to get him in the cage or something again. That's.
Oh my God! And I'm glad that you said that because in March, in March. Ryan Cruz is defending his MIW title against Paul Reed in a steel cage match. And I don't know if you catch that last interview that I did with Ryan Cruz, but I said in that interview, in that episode, you're gonna lock Ryan Cruz up in a cage match. Ryan Cruz is no animal. Like, he's no animal. And it's like those being in the cage matches is for guys like Bill Williams, Paul Reed, Chadwick the Third, maybe Kyle Pro and all these other guys. But Ryan Cruz is no animal.
Well, he's gonna have to be. That cage is unforgiving.
Oh,
and
my
he
God!
He better be ready to bleed, and he better be ready to hurt the next day and the day after that, because.
Oh my God!
And depending what kind of I don't know what kind of cage they have.
Oh my God!
A lot of those cages got extra barbs on them sitting there that people don't realize, and it'll.
Oh my
God! It'll cut your head open. It'll cut your back open. It'll cut your arms open.
And oh yes, oh my God!
It is an unforgiving matchup, and they both better be ready for what what lies ahead.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I'll be saying a good prayer for Ryan Cruz, actually for both men. God,
see, that's where I might have to get Van Johnson in there just so.
Maybe. Lock Van Johnson up in that cage.
That's what I'm saying. Me and him in a cage, and then the rest of those goofballs can't get in.
And then I want to see him come on Michael's corner and start complaining. You're gonna lock me in the cage? I said, well, that's what Brian Blaine said. He's just gonna lock you up in the cage.
We might have to do that sometime. Get him in the cage, or get somehow where nobody can interfere, and we'll see what he's really got.
Oh my God. I bet Van Johnson's going to say, I want to come here right now. And I got something. Yeah. I say.
I can't deny he's on a hell of a roll right now, and I can't deny that. And, I mean, I'm going to get my revenge one way or another. It's going to happen. But you can't deny how far he's come in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, right now, he's got all the confidence in the world, and he's rolling, and but that roll could come to an end here in about 2 weeks when he faces Supermex. He might get border tossed to the next. He might get border tossed to Canada. Who knows?
I have seen Sean Hernandez wrestle in TNA on TV. So I know exactly what he's capable of.
Yes.
I just
So he made.
told
I don't like Van Johnson's odds in that match right now that Sean will not come out the MWA champion, which then changes my dynamic of who I go after. Even if Sean becomes the champion, I'm still going to go after Van Johnson at some point or another. But it changes where I go to get the title.
But you and I know that Van Johnson, and I know Van Johnson a long time, he is very sneaky. He'll come up with something up on his sleeve.
He's a snake. We'll put it, he's a snake.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I can imagine that. Well, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I like to end this out, this interview. I will name a few wrestlers, and you tell me what you think of them. Okay?
All right.
If you don't like that person, you can say pass, and we'll move on to the next one. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Van Johnson. Oh boy.
Snake in the grass, but he's on a roll. But I'm going to shut him up.
Okay. Sean Hernandez.
Great. Just great wrestler, great guy. Super Mex is the right name for him. Guy's as strong as a bull, but he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm. Steve Stardom.
I don't know enough about Steve Stardom to actually have to have a real opinion.
Okay. All right. Who else?
Yeah, remember, I haven't been up in Minnesota in a long time. Any of those guys up in Minnesota, I haven't seen them. I haven't been up there in a long time. In the last few years, it's been up at Two Harbors. So, since the shows in Minneapolis stopped, I haven't been back up to Minnesota for anybody regular since then.
Oh wow. How about this? The Cowboy James Storm.
Good friend of mine, good guy, incredible in the ring. I still owe him one though.
Yeah, I remember seeing a match that you posted on YouTube between you and James Storm.
Not a big fan of him super kicking me. I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm. And what's this up here? Him playing? Maybe was that what your match where he poured the popcorn on your?
Yeah. He put the popcorn down my pants. He did that, but I did get him back later on in another match later on and did the same thing to him. So we're even on that one.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to go back and see that match because that to me was so funny.
You go to my YouTube page. I think they're both up there on my YouTube page. So I think they're both up there.
I'll be doing some searching. I'll search for it and watch it and whatnot. So, all right. Well, that's all I have for now. If you have any more, any more upcoming shows, and you want to come on Michael's Corner to make the announcement, as always, just hit me up and let's do this.
Sounds good. We got one more. We're actually going back to Omaha June 1st. The MWA hasn't been in Omaha in a long time, so we got an event we're going to do June 1st. So it's gonna be a pretty big deal up there, and the details will come out soon. But maybe the first time back in Omaha without being part of a Lucha Libre event in a long time. So that'll be exciting. So we have, like I said, the MWA, we're everywhere.
Yeah,
I'll be everywhere. People follow my Facebook, follow my schedule. It's gonna be crazy this summer. The MWA alone is gonna be in Nebraska and Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
working on a few other places. So
Yeah.
you can catch myself, the MWA. You can see me with TAPW and plenty of other promotions coming up. And one of these times I get back up there to Minnesota, start working for people again, just so I see you again up there.
Okay. Okay. We'll make that happen. Okay. Well, Brian. You know, you're always welcome on Michael's Corner anytime.
I appreciate you having me, and I got one more workout to get in tonight, so that's part of that pushing myself thing. So got one more workout to get in tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for doing this with me. In such short notice, and
well,
so
I'll see if I'll try to teach B some technology. I mean, I was shocked he could speak English, so we'll see. Hopefully he can press the right buttons, and you guys can get it going next week.
Oh my God, bro! If you can teach the man beast if you can teach him how to work the damn thing, we can come. Then I'll interview him on Tuesday.
As long as you don't try to eat the computer, you're gonna be okay. I think you'll get it figured out.
We know the man beast. The man beast can eat anything. He tried oh my God. You should see him at wrestling shows. Now, this was a long time ago. This was way before the pandemic hit. Way before the pandemic ever hit. He would have just come at me and his man boobs are just, I was like, oh my God. Put a shirt on.
Well,
oh my God.
Let him drop an elbow on you and see how that boob feels when it hits you in the face.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh my God, Brian. I'm trying to get that out of my image.
I've been hit by it a few times. You guys will have a great interview.
All right. Well, Brian, you have a good night, all right?
All right, you too. Thanks for having me again, Michael.
All right. Take care. So that was a great interview, you guys. Really nice guy. And as always, Ryan Blade is welcome to be on my show anytime, That's why I do these virtual interviews, I do it for them and whatnot. So, okay, well, I'm about to get out of here and whatnot. You guys take care, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Okay.